Because so look at this now. So the buyers that put the offer in the house, loved the house, wanted the house, perfect location, everything worked for them, amazing, right? So they lost it because the inspector blew it out of proportion of a $2,500 job. Think about it. So now they're back on the market looking for something, right? And maybe they don't find what they wanted, like, or maybe they pay more than what they had because we sold it pretty decently, right?
But see, the thing is that home inspectors that we've used, like, they will obviously call out things that are not
and
right.
I want
but the thing is
yeah.
but they don't make a big deal. They basically tell you this is what it is, this is what it requires. Like, especially the guy I use, he's not like, he wouldn't tell you not to buy the property, but this is what it requires.
Let me give you an analogy. Could you imagine, your spouses, if it's whatever, if you're heterosexual or whatever, whatever your partner is, whatever. Imagine having them inspected.
Yeah.
Would anybody be married?
No.
There's flaws. I'm full of flaws. I don't even know how my wife married me. If she had me inspected and the inspector said, wow, it's got this, these quirks going on, she wouldn't marry me.
No.
So it's almost like, there's some quirks, but there's a lot of positives to that. The positives overweigh the pros overweigh the cons. I think that's what you got to look at. And a house is like a marriage. Like when you, like I always tell my clients when we go to see properties, I go, when you walk into the property, you're gonna feel it. It's almost like when you met your spouse, and you're gonna have that warm feeling, and you're gonna love the house. If you don't have that, it's not the right house. That's all.
Yeah.
When you feel it, you're gonna do it. So it all relates back to emotion, right?
Yeah, it's definitely emotion, and just to another context of what you were saying too is it's like buying a used car, man. Like you think it's not gonna have a scratch on it, like the tire's not gonna be a little bit low on tread, like especially the one I drive. But like, you know what I mean? Like you have to.
You're a viper, man.
Yeah, well,
we're gonna clean that puppy.
I know, man.
Bring it to Nobleton.
I'm gonna leave
we'll make that thing spick and span.
But yeah, like I mean, I think sometimes these deals are falling apart for just dumb reasons. Even like the one I told you about in Oshawa. Like, I mean, that has nothing to do with inspection or anything else like that. But that's just
seller greed, though.
Yeah, it's just like we got such an amazing price last night for it, and we could have maybe pushed a little bit more for it. But what is the point of going back to two buyer agents and squeezing them to bits? Right, and likely getting what you think is more than reasonable for the property, and the seller not accepting it. So I said, there's no point.
And then let's just say they do concede to what your seller's asking for, and then the bank goes in and appraises it, and because they get that 5 days and
no inspections, no conditions, no nothing, firm deal.
So what happens when the day of closing and the bank doesn't find it, doesn't appraise it?
So the thing is, this bungalow. So I wasn't worried because we know kind of who the buyers are. We kind of pre-qualified. Very unique type of house in Oshawa. Nice house, but very unique. 1-bedroom bungalow. You know what I mean? So the people that were buying it, like,
retired.
They have the cash.
No mortgage.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's taking a mortgage that was buying that property. But so we felt good about the deal, and no inspections, no nothing. But
see, in a typical deal, we have to worry about that.
Yeah, typical deal. Yeah, even if we get into multiples right now, right? Even in multiple offers, you're still getting conditions on offers. Like I am, like that.
I want them. I want them. I'd rather the deal blow up with that period, because if it blows up, it's there. Close a chapter, and move on.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Another one that's going to secure.
Yeah.
I went on a listing appointment yesterday, and great people, and actually past clients. Their parents are past clients of mine, right? Who did some business transactions with them, but ultimately, they want X, and the market indicates Y. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't fabricate what things are selling for. If that's your size lot, your square footage, your condition, and that just sold a month ago or 2 weeks ago.
So what do you want?
And 5 of them sold very similar price.
So what do you want?
That's where you're gonna go. You can try to leverage a bit, but so going back to that, there was a house on the street that was they underpriced it to get into a bidding war, and it went into a bidding war. I said, okay, great. So that's amazing. Like, what happens now if they sold for like what you really want for your house at one point? You say you wanted 1.2, but what we're seeing here is 1060 to 1080, 1090. That's what everything's going at, like the going rate. What happens now when they waived all conditions, they firmed the deal up, 2 weeks or a month before closing, bank's going to send an appraisal.
Sure they will.
Yeah, it doesn't, because usually waive the clause, the bank still wants their appraisal done. And now the thing shows up at 1050, 1060 because the bank, I said, in this, comprehensive, compared to market analysis, these are all the sales that the bank appraiser is going to look at. So everything is 990, 1020, 1050, 1090, 1080, 1070. That's where you're going to be. So if that's 100 G's over where it's going to be, that buyer's going to have to come up with that money. And if he doesn't come up with that money, the seller's going to have to give it to him. So, the bidding wars are great, but I like the conditions, honestly, because I'd rather kill it than let it drag on.
Yeah, like
it's a nightmare after.
Afterwards, it can be a huge deal if it breaks down, right?
Suck your drain your energy. I had one in Kleinberg last year, where the agent, I don't know what they did, but they overlooked their buyer's financing, and waived the financing, did a 2-day inspection on home inspection, done, paid, like asking, right? Yeah. When someone pays you asking, no fight, there's usually an issue there.
Yeah, there's a problem.
What happens, 3 days prior to closing, we can't close. This is like 2 months after. No. So
you know what? Like I actually, by you saying that, I remember there was a situation where we were working with the buyer, and what ended up happening was that we knew we were overpaying for a property in multiple offer, and you know what? I used it as leverage, actually telling the listing agent that I know we're overpaying, but guess what? We don't need a mortgage. Yeah, we don't need a mortgage. What about the rest of these guys? Are they going to be able to close?
You're going to sit in front of their client?
Yeah, like I said, are they? And I said right in front of their client. I said, are they going to be able to close? Because my guy doesn't need a mortgage. Like, we're going to pay cash.
That's good.
Yeah, we're going to pay cash for this house. Yeah. So it could work for you and against you at the same time. But I don't know, man. But we're not seeing too many more of these multiple offers, I don't think, right?
Yeah, they're around here and there, right? I don't like them. I never did. I think it's just it's an easy way to do the deal, which is okay. Like, I guess,
Sometimes, actually, you know what, man? Sometimes the strategy works. Look at that one I had in Pickering, right?
Yeah.
We had it listed at a reasonable freaking price.
No, I get it.
Then we dropped the price, and we got to where we were going to go anyways. You know what I mean? It's such a stupid thing. Look at this house in Oshawa, man. Yesterday we were working on. We had it listed last year. The freaking buyers have been there 3 and 4 times each from last year to now. Do you know what I mean? They're just on the fence. Yeah, every single time we relist a property, you know who comes? Same freaking people. Same people. But guess what happened? We dropped the price to $950, and then there was this sense of urgency. They had to write an offer. One guy was going to write an offer before for like $1,025,000, and then he ended up coming up to like $1,063,000. Like, I mean, you know what I mean?
It does. It puts pressure. No, it's tactful.
But so sometimes it works.
Yeah. No, I just don't like it. I don't know.
I think it's a little BS. Like, basically take a $600,000 property and list it at $500,000, and like, I think that's not right. Look at the townhouse. You know what? The townhouse that we did last week, listed at $599,900. It is on the money. Like, I don't care. It looks like a crazy, like, one of those typical prices, $599,900, but it is on the money. Buyer agent calls me. He's like, hey, he's saying, like, what can we do on price? I was like, you tell me, man. Did you run the comps? And he's like, yeah. I was like, we are priced on the money. He's like, yeah, you are. And then guess what happened? We went over asking. Not by much, but it was priced right.
And that's the power of pricing.
Yeah.
Even the presentation I went on yesterday said, guys, like, you want to list it at X. Okay, that's where you want to go. I said, but when we start doing massive adjustments, like 40, 50K adjustments, I go, don't feel like you've lost any money, I said.
Yeah.
Don't think that, don't go tonight and say
down.
Your mortgage, subtract what you're listed at, and then that's your equity you're pulling your house. I go, don't do that. And I'm pretty strict on this. And when we do massive adjustments, because it's your price, I said, don't feel like you've lost money. Or, because I'm finding this now, like, I'm getting an offer and it's like, oh, it's too low, we're asking X. But so I said, when we get an offer, because I have it pre-printed in my listing presentation book, I go, if it falls between these two numbers, I said, don't think that you're losing money because you listed years. I go, because it's not. And it's just one of those things, like, so I kind of explained it to them, so they have, a family member that's a realtor too. So I said, if I'm not the right person for you, like, by all means, it's business. Like, I'm going to shake your hand. I really appreciate the opportunity, because this is, if I can't look you in the face right now and tell you the truth about the value of your home,
there's no point.
Then there's no point. Because I said, for me to come in and agree to what you asked, it's the easiest thing. You want that?
Done.
Let's sign here. Let's sign. But for me to actually look you in the eyes and tell you what the value of your house is, based on market statistics, I'm doing my job, and I hope you appreciate that, right?
Hey, and you know what, man? You brought up something interesting too. Like, I run into sometimes sellers, and they're basically like, the calculation, right? So the thing is that, okay, so the offer is this. my mortgage is this, I have this much debt, this is what I have to pay off, so I need this number. That's a great way to come up with market value. The number that you need to pay off your mortgage balance, pay off your debt, pay off your other crazy stuff, and have enough money for a down payment. That's the right price you want to sell at.
That's what you'd like. This is reality. Yeah.
Okay, like it's nuts.
This has been a weird year for pricing. I don't know. I think 2018 was more. It was. I think it was the sellers, because maybe just what happened in 2017, all the negative rush. They were like more realistic and saying, okay, let's do it, let's get it done.
But now all of a sudden people think, boom, it came right back up.
It's that whole thing. No, and that's what, so it's that optimism, which is great. I love it, and this is probably what's bringing a lot of buyers out. But also the sellers got to be realistic and say, hey man, let's capitalize on this thing now when we got a chance. Because even the people I went to the house yesterday, I said, you're going to sit tight for a bit, live with your in-laws or your parents. Like, best thing ever. Cash out now and hold on. The market's not escalating like 2017 where you get price out of the market, or even 16 or 15. You're not getting price out of the market. No. You're literally, if you sat for 3 months, you're going to buy the same house with the same price.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no escalation.
Yeah. No. Yeah. All right, man. Well, we kind of went on this.
Yeah, huge rants
today. Yeah.
Like, I almost blended with the wall.
It's peach. Almost there, bro.
Peach colored t-shirt.
So what happened to our rental thing?
What's that?
Cover that next time?
Yeah. I don't know, what are you going to do? Something on mindset?
Yeah.
What do you got?
I got a lot of mindset issues from last night's offer, man.
I know. I got to get back into it. I got to get back into reading. I haven't read in a while.
You were saying last week, too.
I've never gone so long without reading a physical, like a tangible book, right? So I got to go into that. I think that's the summertime. I we want to hang out and watch TV. Daylight, it's daylight till 9:30.
Yeah.
And it's just like, whatever.
No, man. Like, I actually want to try to pick up a book and read one from front to back. Like, I have a huge problem with doing it. Yeah. Like, I think if I have problems sleeping, if I pick up a book,
3 pages,
I'm out. I'm just like, wow, this is, I can't even tolerate it. But audiobooks, very good with audiobooks.
Yeah.
Audiobooks, because I'm working out and whatever else like that. And sometimes when I'm driving, I'm just listening to it. I find it really beneficial to me, anyways.
Well,
But what I got to do with
the same effect is not there though. Like with
I don't think you're actually absorbing as much.
I do both, and like even with Napoleon Hill, when we start the year off, we'll read it and then we'll listen to it at the same time. Yeah. So much more.
I like that book, man. At the beginning of the year, at the end and beginning of the year, like that's a staple. Like
you have to.
You go back to that Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah.
Start it back in mid-December.
It gets your mind.
Really,
so you should listen to it now, actually.
Yeah.
The other thing is you need to break mentally, right? I remember I was telling you, diet. I'm like my weight. I've never been down. I've never been so like If I show you the suits, my custom suits are all tailored from last year. I just bought one. I actually, they're in my car. I got to bring them across the street. They're gonna get them all shrunk down. I think I lost like 2 or 3 waist sizes.
I think you're just freaking trying to do this so you can win in that racing thing that we're doing.
Right, man.
Yeah, you're just trying to drop these pounds, stay in your category, your weight category, and just
scam
your way to the top.
I went at 156. I'm 148 now. So.
Oh my goodness. That's a big difference, bro.
For sure, in racing.
On those racing cars, that's a big difference. Yeah. I can't complain, man. I'm kind of doing the same thing too. I think when I weighed in there, I was like 185. Right now, I'm like 176 or something like that. And I'm gonna try to drop another 6 or 10 pounds. So by the time I'm in that.
I should have waited at 175, so they would have put me in like your league.
Yeah.
I'm the size of a jockey, a horse jockey. That's it.
No, but like mental break, I think you're right as well. And it comes down to like, okay, so I don't read, but I go through these audiobooks. But there comes a period where I'm just like mindset books and like this, and this. And then I just get okay, that's enough of that. I need a break from that, and then I transition into different stuff.
I'm so bored of like self-help books and positive. I'm just so bored of it.
But you get to that point, right? After drilling it into your head.
110 books, right? 111 books, and there's no fiction in there. It's all either someone's biography or it was all mindset. Yeah. So I'm like, I have one I'm reading now from Napoleon Hill. It's one of his recordings when he was in Paris, somewhere in the States. I think it's Paris. Yeah, somewhere in the States, in the southern states of America, and I'm just so bored of it. I'm reading and I'm like, oh man, I don't think I can go through this. So I gotta find something. Like I'm doing Ronald Reagan's autobiography on audiobooks and Audible. But that's kind of boring too right now. I don't know what's going on. The podcasts, I'm really hardcore into podcasts. Like I listen on the way here, I was listening to Beyond the Grid.
Yeah.
Or F1 Beyond the Grid, so amazing, like Nico Hulkenberg right now. But that's like I like that life story.
Yeah. But it's a little bit more current too, right? Like what's going on right now as well, right?
Yeah. It's a conversation too. It's easy listening, right?
Yeah.
Someone didn't write it. It's just
it's
almost like you're actually like there in the room and like
having the conversation.
Yeah, it's like what's happening.
But whereas I found with these audiobooks, and nothing wrong with that, but like audiobooks or books, like you're actually like trying to learn and absorb the information, whereas this is just more of a conversation.
Yeah, conversation. It's entertaining and stuff. But I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast. He had a gentleman on, like an angel investor, Indian guy from born in America, but very wealthy, successful now. I forgot his name, but so he was talking about reading. He's like, people get so confused. It's like it's more like posturing. Like I've read, like I just said, 110 books. Yeah, but how did I read those 110 books?
Yeah.
Did I really like study them? Did I go page by page? I use my highlighter? Did I write down quotes?
Yeah.
So what he's saying is that he'll read sometimes just one page and just literally like, and I do this, but I don't do this enough. But he's like, I'll look at one page and it's like something came up and I want to research. So I'll highlight it, I'll get on the net, my computer, start researching it, dive in really deep into what this guy just said, right? Or delve in real deep and really understand it. It could be something in history.
Sure.
But it's so brilliant. So when you're studying like that, remember Napoleon Hill, how he really cut it down in depth? We did we every week.
We actually every week went through each chapter.
Like a mindset talk or brainstorm.
That was actually good.
Yeah. So that was good. So how you read these books, and I think that's important because even now, if I'm reading this book from Napoleon Hill, but it's just like I'm not into it, so I should just shut it down and find something I want to highlight and research.
So again with audiobooks, like I download this book and I'm just like I go through like maybe 30 minutes or an hour of it. I'm like I'm not into it. I want to come back to it. I just move on to the next, man. I'm just like I'm not gonna do this. Right now. Yeah.
Just gotta finish everything.
See, but I'll come back to it. But like if I'm not into it at that point, I'm not into it. The nice thing about Audible is that you can return the books too, right?
Can you?
Oh shit, yeah,
man.
Yeah. I bought one like a year ago, and I'm like, I'm never gonna read this, or I'm never gonna go through this.
Return books?
Yeah, anytime.
I never even thought of that.
So if you really want to be cheap about it, you can just download it, listen to it, and be like, I don't like it. It's so easy, man, the process. I don't like it.
I had no idea you can do that.
Yeah, very easily.
Another thing the guy said too is like he reads maybe 10 to 15 books at a time.
Wow. At a time,
yeah. So he'll, read 3 pages of this one, find some information, study it, learn about it, like, really delve in deep into, the thought process of the writer or whatever he's talking about, and then just put that one down, and then next day might read.
See, this introduces a different type or a different style of reading, right? So what I was going to tell you is that sometimes I find it tedious, and like I have a short attention span when it comes to these books. But see, the thing is that I feel like this stereotypical thing is that when you read a book, you should get through like 2 chapters, and this book should be read in like a week or something like that. So maybe based on what you're saying, it's not true. Like maybe my style or whatever should be is that hey, I should read 2 pages or 3 pages or whatever, and say hey, like this is what I read. And this is what I understand from it, and then carry on afterwards. Maybe I get through a book in 6 weeks versus 2 weeks.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah,
I think that's so. I had this conversation with my wife. We were in Montreal watching the Formula 1 race on the weekend, and we're talking about like food and stuff like that. You have to eat like 3 meals a day. I go, that's bullshit. I go, whatever you were taught as a kid in school. Anything like in process, just it's actually in reverse. You gotta go the opposite. Because everything's coming out now after 20, 30 years that all this stuff has been programmed in our minds and it's all bullshit. Especially like the intermittent fasting. Like look, I don't eat for 16 hours a day. I feel great. I have more energy. Focus is on and my waist. So your bones stop growing at what 20 years old, 19, 20, something like that. So you shouldn't be any bigger than that size. Yeah. That's your size. Like you came from an infant and then you're 20 years old. That's your bone structure. That's your weight. Any more weight on top of that shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
So now with the intermittent fasting, for the 8 hours I drink wine. I eat a lot of chocolate, dark chocolate, dude. I eat so much chocolate you don't understand. I eat whatever the hell I want. If we go get breakfast this morning, it's going to be like bacon and the whole thing. So. But that 16 hours, I shut it down. Yeah. And what's happening is my body's actually gone back to when I was 19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
Like waist size 30, like, come on, man. I was like 34, 35.
Yeah.
Now it's like 4 to 5 sizes down.
You know what, man? I agree with you. So I haven't been doing it your way, but like once a week or twice a week, I won't eat for 24 hours or 36 hours. People think it's nuts, but you know what? I find it really good, and I'm more focused. I don't feel hungry as long as I'm drinking water throughout the day and whatever. Like black coffee and water. I don't get a headache. The problem becomes is when I stop taking in liquid. Like if I stop drinking water or something like that, then I start getting a headache where I feel hungry. But aside from that, I feel great whenever I don't eat for like 30. There was a time I went for like 40 hours. I didn't eat anything, not a damn thing.
I think even now, like so with the fasting now, like and it's not a very like there's people that do like 20 hours not eating and 4 hours of eating. That's I think even now just 16/8 my program, which is you can kind of that's my lifestyle. It's a life thing. I'm not doing it for a diet. This is the rest of my life how I'm gonna live. It just makes sense to me. It's just logic, right?
Yeah, sure.
So, but I get very very angry when I'm hungry, right? So it's just like, especially during the day and stuff like that. Like I gotta stop everything, just like eat. It's like my body's like really beating it right down.
Well, yeah.
Especially in Montreal, you can just tell my wife, I'm like, there's no
fasting.
fasting.
Did you continue that? Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say there's no way, man.
There's no fasting here.
Yeah, amazing food.
We were eating like, and I was like a fat kid at a buffet. And I was like, I sat there. We sat at the Italian restaurant. Okay, and the guy next to me was listening. Okay, I'll take this. I'll take that wine. This was like I felt it the whole table.
You know what? That's one of the things I look forward to when we go to Blue Mountain. What's that? We go there and you're just like at it with the menu, and I'm just like, you're like, I was like, hey man,
you get like five,
just go order
6-7 plates, right? And just.
But the last meal I think we had there was freaking amazing. Like you started off with like.
Champagne.
A couple of different types of drinks and whatever else. Like that's good, man.
That's a European thing, right? These guys, they really, they suck the life out of everything, right? They're really.
What was that one thing, dude? We walked in the middle of the day into that bar, and you asked him with like what liquor?
So basically,
and the guy was surprised.
He was so happy. He was just going to join us because he's right from Greece.
Yeah.
So it's just in Italy, either we put like grappa, like that's a northern thing. We put grappa in the coffee, no sugar, right?
Yeah.
Or we do like more the southern side is more sambuca.
Yeah.
Like our sambuca, and. The equivalent to Greece's sambuca is called ouzo. So
that's right.
So I asked them, I said, and they make the best espresso in that little town, right? So when I asked them for the ouzo, this guy, I got 2 espresso, 2 shots of ouzo. It's like,
he was taken back. He was shocked.
You put it in there, I was like,
that was good.
I still remember the taste of that.
Yeah, that was good stuff, man.
Yeah. And indulge.
Cool.
Ready to go.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
This was East meets West. We got a little bit on a rant today.
Carried away.
Guys, if you guys have any questions or if you guys want us to cover any kind of topic, reach out to us, drop us comments, send us a text, email, whatever you got to do, get a hold of us. Again, this was East meets West with my buddy Steve Zalunardo. I'm Hussein Kabani. Hope you guys have a good week.
Awesome, guys. Have a good one.